Hello friends, in this class we will try to understand how many questions one has to attend in the preliminary examination to clear. To understand how many questions one has to attempt to clear the examination, you should know the nature of the examination. We will try to first understand the nature of the examination. You all know the preliminary examination has got 100 questions and each question has got 2 marks. Most of the students ask the question, how many questions one has to attend so that they will very easily clear the examination. So we will understand this bit by bit. First, there are 100 number of questions which are existing, and this preliminary examination has got something which is called negative marking pattern. Negative mark is also present in this examination. And what is the amount of negative mark which is going to go? One question, if you make negative, it is going to eat away 0.33 of the negative marking. That means if you make one question correct and if you make 3 questions wrong, and the one question correct is going to be eaten away from you. In other words, if one question has got 2 marks, if one wrong question which has got 60.66 marks, so 3 wrong questions, that is 0.66 into 3 is going to eat away your 2 marks which you already done correct. So this is the meaning, and one negative mark is equal to 0.33 questions or is equal to 0.66 marks. So this is one aspect you have to understand. To understand the number of questions we have to attempt in the preliminary, and we will try to understand this in 2 ways. One is theoretical, another is by practice. We will try to evaluate a model to see theoretically how many questions a person can attend and how many marks he can score. That is one that we will do now, and similarly we will try to analyze practically how many questions a person has to attend. That also we will try to do in the same class. First, theoretical marks. Let us understand there are total 100 questions which are existing in the preliminary. As you all know, in the UPSC examination, out of 100 questions, close to 10 to 15 questions are the questions which not many people and none of them could solve these questions. So that means out of 100 questions, 10 to 15 questions are not your bread or butter. That means out of 100 questions, you have effective 85 questions to answer. And let us presume that in these 85 questions also, not all the 85 questions would be known to somebody. 15 questions are the questions which even the institutes or even the veterans would not be in a position to find an answer. Even the internet, there will be no answer. The answer will be difficult to find in the internet. Out of 100 questions, 10 to 15 questions are those questions which will be very difficult to find an answer in the internet. And the remaining 85 questions also, not everybody would be in a position to attempt these 85 questions. Let us subtract another 5 questions from this 85. So approximately 80 questions is the net questions a person can attempt in the preliminary. So 80 questions is the net questions a person can attempt. And let us presume a person has attempted 80 questions. And if he knows all the 80 questions, which is theoretical, he knows all the 80 questions, let us presume that, and in that factor which he think he knows, he will make a margin of 10 to 15% error. That means out of 10 questions which he marks, which he thinks as correct, close to 1 to 2 questions would be wrong. So out of 80 questions, we will calculate 10% to 20% if you calculate, 15% to be normal. Out of 80 questions, 8 questions plus another 4. So this is for 10% and this is for 5%. If you calculate approximately 15%, 80 question minus 12, let us say 68 questions would be the number of questions which is going to be correct. And we presume that the person has attended 80 questions. So total questions correct is 68. So the net mark would be 68 questions correct and remaining 12 questions which is wrong. For wrong we have to calculate 1/3 marks, penalize the questions, 1/3 questions will penalize, that is 4 questions. So 68 questions minus 4 questions which is for 64 questions. So 80 questions he did, 12 questions wrong. So net question number of questions is 68 which is correct, and wrong questions is 4, and for that mark penalization 12 into 1/3 which is 4 questions wrong. So 68 minus 4 is 64 questions. So 64 questions he will get marks essentially. So 64 into 2, let us calculate, and this is to be 128. So approximately a maximum mark according to the theoretical calculation which I have calculated happens to be 128 to 130 marks. This is a theoretical calculation. So we will try to understand the practical way. Practical. The number of questions a person has to attend in the preliminary depends on the nature of question paper, and it depends on the choice of the question which is existing. So before understanding the nature of question or the choice of question, we cannot commit how many questions a person has to attempt. We have calculated a standard theoretical type before. Now we will try to presume if all the 100 questions are known to the candidate, definitely will be attending all the 100 questions. If 50 questions are not known to the candidate, he will not attend the 50 questions. So nature of the question is a very, very important factor in deciding the number of questions. Now what are the types of questions which are coming in the preliminary, so that you will be able to shortlist the number of questions. So we will try to understand the types of questions which are existing in the preliminary. See, there are few types of questions which are existing. The first type of question is a question where a question is asked and the choices are given. I hope you all know in the preliminary examination a question is asked and 4 choices are given. The types of questions differs, but the choices remain the same, which is 4. So among the 4, 1 is the correct answer and 3 is the wrong answer. So in a question is asked, 4 choices are given, and among the choices, 1 is correct, 3 is wrong. So our decision here and our option here is to identify the correct question or to eliminate, identify the correct choice or to eliminate the wrong choice. So here 4 choices we are having. We have an option to eliminate 3 choices. This is the type 1 question where the question is simply asked, there are 4 choices we are given. Don't you bother about the area in which I have said the question, I have taken the question. The question is not for examination point of view, but the type of the question is for your understanding. So here the question is, who among the following had first deciphered the edict of Emperor Ashoka? Here if you know the answer, you do it. If you don't know the answer, you can just eliminate the question. So here the choices are very simple. Either you know the question or you do not know the question. If you know the question, you directly go to the answer and mark it. And if you do not know, you cannot mark this question. So let us presume that in this type of question, who among the following deciphered? I know the answer, let us say James Princip, that's it. And if you do not know and you cannot make any judgment, let us say in these 4 choices if there is an option which is called Akbar. Let us presume Akbar or some other name which is not at all relevant to these choices, then you can easily eliminate this choice. I can say Akbar is not at all relevant because this Mauryan edicts were deciphered by British. If you know the simple fact that the Mauryan edicts were deciphered by the British rule or deciphered during the time of British, and the choices, if it has to be a choice which is not a British, then the answer is going to be eliminated. See, if there is an Akbar, if there is something else, the answer we have to eliminate that and we have to come to this correct answer, which is James Princip. Next we will go to the second type of question. In this type of question, if you see, consider the following statement. There are 2 statements which are given. First statement, second statement is given, and here the choice 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, neither 1 or 2. And in these types of question, what you have to do is you have to find one question which is correct, or you have to find one statement which is correct, one statement which is wrong. This you have to be in a position to find, and if you cannot find, either you do not know any of these 2 statements whether it is correct or wrong, then it is better you don't attend this question, or at least with your information you can come to a conclusion that one statement may be correct. Just we'll try to understand one. In 1942 Gandhi delivered do or die speech. Let us say in 1942 Gandhi was present, so this means in 1942 if I use again Akbar, then that is wrong. In 1942 if I say Indira Gandhi, then that is going to be wrong. So the statements, you see, read the statement and try to understand. 1942 Gandhi delivered, there is a speech which is called do or die speech, and you have to know whether that speech was delivered by Gandhi, was it delivered in 1942, and have given it was delivered in Bombay. This is the first statement. If you know the first statement to be correct, and in this question that is correct, so the answer can be 1 only, the answer can be both 1 and 2. So by just knowing one statement which is correct, I have eliminated the answer B and D. B choice is not the correct answer, D is not the correct answer, because I know 1 to be the correct answer. So 1 should be definitely appearing in the answer. So the answer should be either A or answer should be C. Now I will go to the second statement. In this do or die speech, Gandhi asked British to quit India immediately. Yeah, he asked British to quit India immediately. That is also correct. So here the correct answer is both 1 and 2. We will go to the next type of question. The next type of question is where statements are given. Here also we will follow the same logic, where either you eliminate one or you make one which is correct. So your duty in this question, in the preliminary, in the question, is to find out which fact is the correct fact according to you, and you should know it very well, or you have to find which fact to be the wrong fact. So here in this statement, Gandhi demanded which of the following when he launched the individual satyagraha. Here the choices: freedom of speech, free against participation in war, responsible government for India. This aspect of responsible government for India had been long withdrawn, because in 1929 we all know we have launched something, means we have launched a resolution which is called Purna Swaraj resolution, wherein which the responsible government concept is given. We have demanded only for Purna Swaraj. So in this aspect 3 is wrong, that we all know. So those choices where 3 appears, that you can directly eliminate. So D is not the answer, C is not the answer. The answer can be either 1 or 2. So success in the preliminary depends on narrowing down your choices. Among the 4 choices, how many choices you narrow down, that determines your success ratio. So here I have decided C is not the answer, D is not the answer, and the correct answer for information: freedom of speech is present, preach against participation of war, answer is both are also present. Similarly, other type of questions also we have where 4 statements are here. For example, in this type of statement where chronological order is being asked, in the question where chronological order is being asked, you have to find out one chronology which is very very important and which you know. Among the 4, at least 2 events you will be know. For example, Lucknow Pact, we all know Lucknow Pact is in 1916 when Congress and the Muslim League they joined, they signed a pact which is called Lucknow Pact. 1916, we all know it is 1916. And an universal fact we all know is launching of non-cooperation movement, which is 1920. Simple, we can analyze this date. So one is 1920, another is 1916. So according to the chronological events, means the earliest should come first, the latter should come next. I need not have to know all the 4 data, just by these 2 data we will shortlist which is the answer. Let us say Lucknow Pact 1916, launching of non-cooperation movement 1920. So it indicates that in my answer 3 should come before 1. We will see in the answer choices where 3 is before 1. Now for example, 3 is before 1, either it can be A, because 3 here also is before 1, and here 1 is after 3, so this is not the answer. C is also 1 is after 3, because 1916 cannot come after 1920, so I have eliminated 2. So the answer can be either A or D. So I have eliminated the answer, I have narrowed down the answer. So here launching of non-cooperation movement is 1920, Komagata Maru incident which is during the First World War 1914, formation of Gadar Party 1913. So the choices happens to be, the correct answer happens to be 1913, 4, then we will come to 2, then this 3, there is 1, this is the answer. 4, formation of Gadar Party 1913, then the next incident happens to be Komagata Maru, which is 2, then we have Lucknow Pact 1916, which is 3, then launching of non-cooperation movement. So the essential thing which I want to tell you is you have to narrow down the choice of the answer. So this is another type of question. We have made the following type of question. Here also simply you have to find one which is correct. You have to know one, here Congress session and year is given, one session among the given should be correct, which you know 100%, or one which is wrong, that also you have to know 100%. Let us randomly see. I am seeing the years. 1931 we all know Karachi session. 1931 Karachi session, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So I can directly mark Karachi. So B should be 4. We will see in the which choice B is 4. A is not the answer, D, C is not the answer, because the B4 is present only in B and D. Now we will try to, so we have narrowed down. So the possibility of you clearing this examination increases when you are narrowing down the answer increases. So Karachi session, that is the point. Then we will try to understand 1919 is an important year because Jallianwala Bagh happened. So Jallianwala Bagh happened in a place which is called Amritsar. 1919 Amritsar session. A is 3. So we will see A3 and A3, B4, which is the answer. So B is the answer, A3, B4. And you not have to know when the Calcutta session, where the Madras session. So by just sorting down like this, we can arrive at these answers. So in a nutshell, the number of questions which you attempt in the preliminary basis on the type of the question. Number 2, and the comfort level in which you attempt the question. So you don't attempt a question where you have not eliminated answer A, B, C, D. You do not know which to eliminate, you do not know any of these choices, you are not eliminated one. So don't attempt these type of questions, because the possibility of you getting wrong is increased. So if you eliminate among the A, B, C, D, any one if you eliminated, then that type of questions you can attempt. So you know A, B or C, any one you eliminated, any among the 4 you eliminated one. So the remaining 3, among the remaining 3, 1 is an answer. Should we attempt the question like this? It depends on the area. If there is an area which you are familiar, for example history, geography or current affairs for that matter, if you are very strong in this area where current affairs, even by eliminating one answer which is to be correct, the remaining 3, you whatever your gut feeling says, that you can attempt. So this type of questions you have to attempt. Now I come to the third type of questions where you eliminated 2, A, B, C, D, you eliminated C and you eliminated C and D. So the remaining answer is A and B. Definitely this type of questions you have to attempt. So you have to attempt this type of question number 2 type of questions, 3 type of questions you have to attempt, 1 type of question you should not attempt because you have not eliminated anything. This is the basic funda. Based on this only the number of questions you have to know how many questions which you have to do. You have to know based on these calculations only. This is the practical method. And a very important thing, before going to the examination, don't go with a preconceived notion that the set number of questions I will attend. Don't go to the examination by here itself prefixing that 90 questions I am going to attend. I am going to attend only 70 questions. I am going to attend 95 questions, etc. You don't think. Why? Because in the examination the question may differ, the choices may differ. So your choices of the question which you have to attend is based on the type of the question paper and the aspects I have discussed just before. And what will be the safest score at any point of time? Theoretical method I calculated that the safest score is going to be 130, normally theoretical method, and the practical method will be slightly less than that. The choice would be around 125 to 130 would be the safe score in the preliminary to attend. 125 marks, 130 marks. That means the correct number of questions which you have to get should be 65 questions. Net number of questions you have to get correct. So based on your success ratio, based on your previous trials how you have done, you attend the maximum number of questions. So the choice is purely yours. Don't go to the examination with a preconceived notion that the set number of questions you will attempt. Please keep all this into the mind so that your success in the examination is guaranteed.